This is Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
You are looking live at Church Cibolo, Texas, and yes, there's something in the water out here. They just produce NFL players, and we're going to see maybe a couple tonight. It's Judson and Steele on Little Caesar Thursday Night Lights. Good evening, everybody. Don Harris, Chuck Mickatinick with you here at Lenoff Stadium. Two undefeated teams in district play, two teams that have won state championships at the state's highest classification, two teams that always put great players in Division I college programs and the NFL. What's not to love about Judson and Steele?
Right. The two premier programs essentially over the decades in the area going tete-a-tete tonight. The best thing about this is both of these teams, Don, to your point, undefeated. Steele with the early leg up along with San Marcos on everybody. But look at Judson. Got that big win over East Central. So a lot riding on this game tonight. The best part about this game, though, to me, Don, is we've got two great teams, but we've got four-star dudes, we got five-star dudes on both teams, literally all over the field. I'm lathering at the mouth just thinking about watching some of these guys run around and play football tonight.
Yeah, for the Judson Rockets, they're led up front by their three-year starter and team captain, Nathaniel Nate Booty. He's a big guy who anchors that offensive line.
So Judson really big, really sturdy up front, maybe the strong point of their football team. Nate Booty is the do-it-all guy, the guy that the others are looking to on this offensive line to get them going. We got a chance to see Nate and company earlier this year. These guys really, really stout up front.
Now, everybody knows about Steele's running back Jonathan Hatton, who's going to Texas A&M and is a four-star. But they just keep turning them out. And this Eli Johnson is only a junior, and his list of college offers is endless.
It really is, right? Creeping up on the 30 mark or something ridiculous. But when you hear Michigan, Ohio State, Texas A&M, I mean, what is not to like about this guy? He runs like a cheetah. He's 6'3", 200 pounds, walking around down on the sideline, Don, looking at some of these Steel Knights. You'd think that you were in an NFL locker room.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to see a lot of them tonight. It's going to be fun. Coming up, it's our Gomez Law Firm Keys to the Game. It's Steele hosting Judson on Thursday Night Lights.
This is Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
We're back at Lenoff Stadium tonight for Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights. It's Judson and Steele, both undefeated in district play. Time now for our Gomez Law Firm Keys to the Game. Chuck, we start with those Judson Rockets and Coach Mark Soto.
Yeah, cannot do anything but protect the ball tonight. That has to be the first priority. You cannot turn the ball over against Steele or anybody else, but primarily when you're looking up at these Steele guys and how good they've been over the last decades. Secondly, they've got to be able to run the ball. You're going to have to be able to get grit yardage in between the tackles tonight and try to keep Steele's speed at bay. And then on defense, keep everybody in front of you. Don't let anybody get behind you, especially on the long ball.
As for the Steel Knights, Coach David Sines lost a lot of blue-chip prospects last year who were already doing well at the Division I level. But he just keeps rolling. They just reloaded. What are their keys?
So they're going to be down Hatton tonight. You've already mentioned that, but fear not. They've already got college offers for the backups too. So want to continue to ground and pound and make things happen in the run game. And then, hey, let's play Steele football. Let's get physical each and every play. Let's show everybody what we're all about. And then let's get after the quarterback tonight. Get some pressure on the quarterback, see if we can force some turnovers.
Yeah, Julian Hugo is the defensive end who can do that. Here's Coach Sines.
Right now, we're just coming together, as a team, offensively, defensively, and special teams, and they seem to be picking up anytime you're trying to replace 9 guys on offense and we had to replace 4 or 5 on defense, it can be a little bit of work in progress getting those puzzle pieces together. But they've come together, pretty well these last couple of weeks, and we're just excited about the way that we're playing in all 3 phases so far.
It's the ghost of Gerard Douglas and Malcolm Brown, these legendary programs. Head-to-head tonight on Little Caesar Thursday Night Lights. Our national anthem is straight ahead.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Little Caesars, the Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, DH Plumbing, Rush Max, Mega Furniture, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Absolute Power Electrical Contractors, Christus Children's, Gautier Formal Dresses, The Good Feet Store, Collision Experts of Alamo Heights, South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care, TELUS Equipment, Ideal Precision Roofing, Brazilian Top Team, and Monarch Trophy Studio.
Welcome back to Linhoff Stadium. It's the Judson Rockets and the Steele Knights tonight in the District 29 6A football game. Both teams undefeated in district play. You're looking at Mark Soto. He is a former Judson Rocket player who is now leading this program after doing a great job at San Marcos and Johnson. He's got a young football team, a big football team. We'll talk to you a little bit more about that coming up. He's got a couple of offensive linemen that are as big as NFL players now at age 15. And he's taking on his good buddy, David Sines, over at Steele High School. Both of these coaches been a part of some state championship teams. David Sines, an assistant on the Scott Linhoff team that had Malcolm Brown and Tommy Armstrong and those guys. Stockton and Stearns, and just the legends keep coming through this program. And he's got some more on this roster now, and they won the toss. They have elected to take the football. And, Chuck, we're going to see some really good athletes tonight.
Absolutely. I got a chance to talk to Coach Sines earlier this week and tried to get him to brag on himself a little bit because of the success that they've had through the decades here at Steele High School. And he's given all the credit to his players. It was really hard to get him to talk about what he's done here and what he's helped build. This Steele Knights program, it's not a coincidence, Don, that they keep getting all of these great players because they're not only got talented guys, right? They're talented guys all over town, but they're developing football players too, much less young men.
All right, so we're closing in on our Good Feet Store. Tonight's first half kickoff sponsored by the Good Feet Store. Not quite sure what the holdup is, but we're getting ready for kickoff. Steele, as I said, has won the toss, and we see so many times teams want to defer. They're like, give us the football. We want to a chance to have at it right away. And you see number 2 on your screen there, right underneath that Good Feet Store sign. That's Eli Johnson. He's the 4-star recruit who Chuck said, I think, somewhere around 30 offers, including all the big ones from all the major programs. If you went down the AP top 25, he's got all those. Everybody that's good wants him.
You're not going to be able to hide guys that are 6'3", 200 as a junior. And then you said, what? You heard he runs a 4.4 on top of it?
Coach Sine said, I said, what's he run? 4.5? He said 4.4.
Oh, Lord. Give me more, too.
He's back there, and we are underway. Short kick taken at the 25-yard line, and still on his feet across the 30, down the sidelines. Could go the distance. Touchdown, Steele, right off the get-go. It's Liam Jones.
Early fireworks, huh?
That's why they wanted the football first.
So we're going to see Liam at running back tonight, just a sophomore, already done an offer from UTSA. You kind of see what Coach Traylor and his staff see right there from that underclassman.
And I should have found this out pregame, but I wonder if he's related to Jalen Jones, the former Steele Knight who played at Texas A&M and was a 7th-round draft pick.
Still turning for the Colts.
Kick is up and good. Matt Roy's going to find that out for. He's going to be our crack investigator and find out if Liam is indeed related to Jalen.
All right, as we take another look at the early fireworks here at Lenoff, if you don't wrap up, he's going to put you in a bubble and bust right out of it. Wow, right down the sideline, and that's too easy.
So the Steele Knights jump on top, 7-0 here early at Lenoff Stadium. Good crowd on hand on the Steele side. Got to make the tackle, found the way into the bunch, and then popped it out.
Yeah, I got Nolan Gomez, number 7, the senior, throwing a key block on that one. Steele special teams awfully special here to start this ball game.
So now the Knights will kick it off. Their kicker is Darian Morales. Back deep to receive for the Rockets. Marion Evans, J.J. Clay, Demario Alexis. Check that, Ralph Lara kicking. And that ball will sail out of bounds. That'll be a flag, and Judson will have their first shot at their first possession. Steele leads it without ever having to take a snap. And we will see JoJo DeMondo, the sophomore quarterback from Judson, and that mammoth offensive line anchored by J. Storm Knight, the sophomore, who is 6'7", 333, and the big boy on the other side, Kai St. John, 6'6", 308. And looks like Dominic Davis is going to come in to take the first series.
We saw Judson earlier this year. They're young in a lot of spots, but of course we're at the point in the season now. We played more than half the schedule, so a lot of these Judson Rockets growing up before our very eyes, but Davis comes in here with just 13 passes thrown on the season.
He'll keep it on first down, go nowhere, as the Knights were all over him, including Kenyon Watkins, who's got the football. He was the first one there. Joined in there by linebacker Jared Ibarra, the senior. And they blew that up from the start. It'll be second down and 10.
Well, hats off to Coach Sines, Don. When we're getting intel from him earlier this week, we wanted to talk about Hatton, right? Give him his flowers for all that he's achieved through his time here at Steele. And then he said, after we got done talking about Hatton, he goes, let me talk about my backups too. I think he knew something was brewing for tonight.
Jonathan Hatton suffered a concussion in last week's game. What a nice young man, as we get the false start indication from our referee tonight, Jim Applegate and his crew. But talk to Jonathan Hatton on the field before the game. If you're a Texas A&M fan, you are getting a spectacular young man, not just a great football player, but a great kid, and he really wanted to be out there tonight. But short week, they're holding him out, concussion protocol. He'll be back. Of course, he's having another brilliant season with over 800 yards already for Hatton. Judson, pressured again. Davis scrambles for it, does a nice job of getting positive yardage. Across the 30 near the 33. It'll be third down and fairly manageable now. At about third down and 8 as you take a look at the Judson offensive starters. St. John and Knight are the monsters up front. Of course, Nate Booty is their leader up on the offensive line, and they've got some very electric skill position players, including Caden Graham, the running back.
That was a great play by Dominic Davis. Pressure coming from both bookends from the Steele side. He ran right up the field and got some positive yardage.
He wants to throw it here. Throws the little bubble, completes it. But coming up to make the tackle is Pike Kempe, the sophomore. And it'll be short of the first down, and the Rockets will kick it away. As you saw Kempe there come up to make the tackle. And look at the rest of this squad. Julian Hugo is the district defensive player of the year from a year ago as a junior, 6'4", 250, committed to Arizona State. He is the real deal, number 9. You'll be seeing a lot of him tonight. Loose, ball's out. Another special teams error for the Judson Rockets. And Steele right there to get on top of it. And that's Pike Kemke. Yeah. 2 plays in a row by him, and Steele's in business. They'll have the football when we come back.
Can't muff that punt.
Once again, tonight's game is being streamed live on Texas Sports Connections on VOTSU.com and on the TSP Sports app available now in your app store. Calling tonight's game is Shane Hall and Davey Park. It's free, as always, on TSP and Leader National. Tonight's game is also being broadcast live on CWSA. It's Little Caesars. Thursday night live for Little Ivy Gunners. Law firm. The TNL team of Don Harris, Big Mac, and Roy are here to showcase hard work that leads outside coaches. Cheers for our stronger big fans. Big Brown to watch on the CWSA radio live stream on CW35.com. That's the UCICF World Conference Park. Take this for a trip. Pretty cool for Target 7. And the officials of the top record. Put it in the house and you can for the past 7 years. You can also like to take some ticket shirts and gifts to provide me post office staff. And remember to leave the city with no need for you to purchase a retail.
Steele Knight cheerleaders all fired up. They lead at 7-0. Special teams, they always used to say it takes all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams. And got a special teams kick return for a touchdown, and now a play on special teams here, give them great field position. Fire it out in the flat. It's completed. Maybe a gain of a couple. That's Micah Sheeler. He's their leading receiver with 373 yards and 6 touchdowns on the season. DJ Green, the quarterback. DJ completes 67% of his passes. He's thrown for 800 yards and 11 touchdowns with no interceptions as they move into the absolute power red zone. We'll hand it off. Kaner making a pay. Marshall Kenner, the junior running back. He backs up Jonathan Hatton, and he's like, yeah, you want some of this? Runs right over the linebacker.
Well, linebacker by trade, Don, so you're going to get a little linebacker running back.
Marcel White got to know who he is right away. Kenner, just a junior. As they move the sticks, it's a Rushmack's first down. Here's Kenner again right up the middle, and he gets all the way down to the 2-yard line, and not a lot of resistance there from that Judson front. And Steele is now knocking on the door.
Just kind of a workman-like drive, right? Get the ball to 23 and see what goes.
They'll go back to him. He bounces it and scores. Touchdown, Steele, just like that. It's 13-0. We've still got 8:18 to go in the first quarter with the extra point to come. Marshall Kenner.
Go ahead. Yeah,
Steele Knights have come out and punched him right in the mouth.
Yeah, indeed they have. And that time they're going to go outside. So inside runs working, outside runs working. And we got a quick 14-0 if this PAT goes through the posts.
Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up and good, and the Steele Knights out big early here at home at Linhoff Stadium.
Welcome back to Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm from out here at Linhoff Stadium, 14-0 Steele, and we are joined by our Little Caesars title sponsor here, Robert Trevino. How are you today, man?
Good. How you doing, sir?
Doing all right. Caesar, good to see you. Thank you for coming as always. So you guys are the title sponsor here on TNL this season. Why did you guys choose to get back to the community in this way?
Well, high school football is tradition down here in Texas, and being that we're the proud sponsors of the NFL, it's only fitting that we sponsor Thursday Night Lights, where we have an opportunity to see the future stars of the NFL.
Yeah, especially out here at Steele. We got a lot of future NFL players out there. We got a lot of Steele players that are NFL players right now as well. Same from Judson. Rashad Wisdom, shout out to Rashad. You guys have a lot of easy ways to order Little Caesars. How can people do that?
Yeah, the most convenient way would be order online. All you have to do is go to littlecaesars.com or download the Little Caesars app. You can come into our store, order from your comfortableness of your car, and you can also order online, order through the phone as well.
Awesome. We've been talking a lot about the cheesesteak pizza over the entire season of TNL, but we have brought something else today. What'd you guys bring?
So we brought a 3-meat treat. It's got pepperoni, sausage, and bacon on it.
See, that's my kind of pizza right there. Meat, and more meat. Let's try it out, man. Let's grab a piece of this. Caesar, you want some? I don't think that'll work, but we can try. Cheers, man. We have kids over here that are going to have some pizza here, too. You guys want some pizza? All right, let's go. Back up to you guys. We got some sharing to do.
Thanks, Matt. All right, Joseph Jojo DeMondo back in at quarterback after that last series didn't go so well. He turns and hands off for not much of a gain. Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1. That's Caden Graham, leading rusher on the season. So the two guys that we were expecting to see the most of that we didn't see much on series number 1 are back in there. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 as they're going against that very tough Steele defense up front. Terry Robinson, number 48, is an all-district player. We told you about Hugo, number 9 on the edge. Look out for him. He is an absolute monster. And he's right there with his teammates as they drag down DeMondo. And in on the tackle was Kenyon Watkins, who also had a sack earlier on the first series.
Well, you're getting a chance to see early on, as big as Judson is in many spots along the offensive line, Steele's got size and speed to match it. I mean, these guys, to a man, I'm telling you, Don, you can go to a lot of college locker rooms, especially non-Power 5, and not see the size of some of these Steele Knights. Yeah. That just looks a lot different than what you're used to seeing, that's for sure.
Especially at the high school level, Judson doesn't like something, they'll burn one. We'll take it with them. It'll be 3rd and 15. When we come back, the Rockets on the short end right now, 14-0. Welcome back. Hey, during the 4th quarter of tonight's game, we'll be bringing you the school bus stop of the game. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Take a look at Kenyon Watkins.
We're just talking about him during the break, right? And these defensive linemen all over the place. Watkins is going to be playing tight end some tonight. He's been a 2-year starter at that spot, but Jerry Robinson playing next to him. He's got an offer from Cal. I mean, these dudes are legit. Oh,
loose ball again. Judson's in trouble. And it's recovered. It's still loose. They're going to sort it out. It's either going to be 4th down and 100 yards, or it's going to be Steele football. And it's going to be 4th down. Judson's going to have to be punting deep from their own end zone. Guess who? Kenyon Watkins again. First guy there.
Made sure he went after the only Judson guy that would have a chance to recover that football, which was the quarterback. And once again, Steele's in business.
Judson backed up deep. I believe that's Davis on to punt it away. So got a different punter this time too after the last snafu. It's just been a comedy of errors for Judson. Steele brings the house. They don't get it, but they're going to have great field position right at the 30-yard line. Already up 14-0. Good play there by the Judson Rockets. That was Cody Drywater to make the tackle, and Judson can use all the positive plays they can get.
No question, it was a great open field tackle, but once again, Steele's going to have outstanding field position. You know, we're looking at some of the stats, Don, from Steele's defensive backs, and they don't jump off the screen at you, but it's because their defensive linemen are too busy.
Over East Central. 49-0. They put 48 on Clemens, 42 on Brandeis, 45 on Liberty Hill. A little reverse action there. Coming up with the tackle there for Judson was E.J. Ricks.
Yeah, that was kind of a nifty play to watch, but Judson, none of it was, they're not buying any of it.
Revolving door at the department store. QB's a little dizzy, man, a little vertigo here going into the second 18. They go right up the middle, bread and butter. Get about 7 of it back. Kenner's had a successful night going right up the middle. Take a look at Price McClanahan. He's a 3-year letterman, part of our Ideal Precision Roofing and Exteriors player profile, 6'3", 315. So Judson's not the only one with big boys up front. He's a UTEP commit.
Yeah, got offers from North Texas as well.
Then why would you go to UTEP?
That's what I'm saying.
Go Mean Green. Did I mention North Texas is 5-0?
Well, I probably would get to that at some point tonight.
Might as well mention it because they're playing South Florida. And it might be 5-1 soon, but so I want to toot the horn of the Mean Green. 5-0, first time they've been 5-0 since 1959. Chuck, you remember the great Abner Haynes?
I do. Abner Doubleday Haynes?
Abner Haynes was the first African-American to play college football in Texas, at North Texas. Later played on those Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl teams with Willie Mitchell. As we get a flag here, flies in. But it's been since those Abner Haynes days, since North Texas was 5-0.
Also give us a chance to talk about the big boys up front for these Steele Knights. They're young in a lot of spots. Fisher, a sophomore. Corona, a junior. You got Hicks, who's new to the team, a junior. They like his development. And then you got Sean King, the guy Coach Sines says grades out the best every single week. He's the senior, number 50 at center. And we just talked about McClanahan. So certainly Steele set up not only to go through the regular season, but I mean, this is a team that you know is going to be reckoned with once we get to the postseason too.
Well, win for the Judson defense, and Steele will have to punt it away. Darren Morales.
It's a fake.
It's a fake right up the middle. Kenner's got it. Kenner to the 25.
Just short.
Did not get there. Boy, that's bold. I mean, going for it on 4th and 6 is one thing, but 4th and like 13? Man, almost got it though. It's a good fake. But Judson, to their credit, makes the tackle short of the marker.
Yeah, blocked up, and then Judson doing a great job of coming up to get that stop there at the end. But when you've got a guy like Kenner, I mean, this guy is really hard to tackle. It's like a human bowling ball with moves.
Zach Rodufalo going a long way to make that play. We'll go down to Matt Roy on the sidelines. Matt.
Hey guys, joined by our presenting sponsor, the Gamez Law Firm, Michael Aguilar over there. How are you today, man?
I'm good. How's it going?
Doing great. Here, can't imagine a better way to spend a Thursday than at Lenhoff Stadium. So, Michael, you guys do a lot with personal injury over there, obviously. What can people expect when filing a personal injury claim over at Gamez, and what should people know about the insurance companies?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing we want people to know is that they're there to maximize profit and minimize your claim. And so we want you to find a lawyer. That's where we come in, and we're there to see you through the entire claim process.
How can you guys help people with their injury claims? What does your service look like?
Yeah, I mean, we're a full service. I mean, the reality is we can help you from the beginning with your vehicle all the way through the injury claim. And if we can't get your case settled, that's where people like me, I'm a litigation attorney, we come in, we file a lawsuit, and we'll see you through to the end of the process.
And what makes Gamez different? I know you guys have been part of the community for over 50 years with Mr. Gamez, playing high school football here locally as well. What does Gamez Law represent here in our community?
I mean, a big reason why I joined the firm is because they are homegrown. I mean, and I'm married to a person who is here, homegrown from San Antonio. We care about the community, and we want to give back to the community. We care about our clients, and I think that's what sets us apart from everybody else that's out here on these billboards and commercials.
Awesome. Well, Michael, thank you so much for being here. Don, Chuck, we'll see if Judson can convert this third down, guys.
All right, thanks, Matt. It's 3rd and long. Back to pass and rolling right and going to just be forced out of bounds is Davis, as they're playing maybe they're going to alternate quarterbacks series by series tonight. They're making the play-by-play guy work hard tonight.
Well, once that play broke down, Don, the receiver's got to help out the quarterback a little bit. He did his part. He's trying to extend the play, and they had a guy downfield that, you got to start working angles if you're a receiver. Once the play gets extended like that, go try to find some open green and help your guy out.
So it appears that Steele will again be in very good field position after this punt. I'm going to tell everybody to get away from it. It's a short kick that gets a good Judson roll, though, across the 35. And there's a flag down way back by the punter. We may have running in or roughing. It's just a 5-yard variety, so it won't be a first down.
Steele had a couple of guys back there that came very close to blocking that kick. As Pike Kempy got a piece of the punter there.
Pike has been everywhere.
He sure has. The guy plays hard. And again, just a sophomore right there in the middle of that Steele defense, snap to snap.
All right, so they're going to re-kick it. Give them the 5 yards, and then it's now 4th and 10. High looping snap puts the punter in trouble. I think the fair catch right at the 44-yard line, and we're back in 15 seconds.
At Brazilian Top Team San Antonio, our kids and teen classes build more than strength. From anti-bullying to mental resilience, your child becomes part of a community that lifts them up. Sign up today for a free trial class at bttsa.com.
So the Steele Knights lead it 14-0, getting near the end of the first quarter. The 2:58 to go here. Here's Kenner. Busting it out, gives a stiff arm, crosses the 50, and for a little guy, he sure is physical and loves to embrace the physicality. I mean, that was an impressive right stiff arm on first contact, and a nice 10-yard gain, picks up another Rush Max first down.
Well, you could tell David Sines was really excited about giving this guy an opportunity to play running back. Again, he plays linebacker too, but his quote on what kind of guy he has out there on the football field, he's a football playing dude. Speaking of football playing dudes, that was a heck of a play there by 38.
I know the Judson Rockets are fired up about some of the young guys that they have on this roster, including Equan Thompson, the junior you just mentioned, number 38. Game time weather from Beluga Air tonight, 86. Nice, easy wind. Kenner looking for more room. He's going to break it. Gets inside. Breaks more tackles and gets closer to a first down. It'll be 3rd down and probably 3, maybe 4. But good vision by him on that play.
No question and no quit. And when Coach Sines was talking about 23, he talked about him being just as good on special teams. So you're going to see a lot of this young man tonight. He's certainly earned the right to do what he's doing tonight, carrying the rock.
Green goes to him again. Kenner looked to his left and got rocked from the right. Oh, look where you're going, son. Elias Simpson came up and laid a lick. That might be a collision of the game nominee as we take a look at our Gautier Formal Dresses band can. Can't wait to hear these two bands at halftime tonight as we get closer to competition time. These performances have been great week in and week out. It's another Rush Max first down inside the 2-minute mark. He'll fire incomplete out here to the left. He was looking at jamming Harvell.
Yeah, Judson doing an outstanding job that time. Their DBs, Amorion Evans and Aiden Mann, coming over there to make sure that, I beg your pardon, that was Zach Rudolfo, the sophomore, probably had that bottled up even if it was completed.
2nd and 10. DJ's just a junior. Goes to the inside handoff and another big gashing run. This time it's Liam Jones, the sophomore running back, who had the opening kickoff return for a touchdown. Liam's just a sophomore, and as you said, already has a UTSA offer as they've moved into the absolute power red zone. Another Rush Max first down for DJ Green and company. Is Jones again, following his blockers. Good for 4-5. And the Steele Knights content to run this clock as they take their time moving right down the field with this 2-touchdown lead.
So we're getting a chance to look at Steele's 2 and 3 running backs tonight. I mean, it just goes to show you, Don, what Hatton has meant to this program since his sophomore year and how good that guy is. Obviously, you don't trick your way onto the campus of Texas A&M.
No, he had committed to Oklahoma as a sophomore, changed his pick to OU, as on the loose to the end zone, touchdown. It's Harville. And he just could not be tackled. Got to the outside, broke a couple of tackles, and went down for the score.
Yeah, Harville is a guy who does a little bit of everything for these Steele Knights. They'll have him outside, but he's mostly their slot guy, but he'll tote the rock from time to time, and oh, what a player this guy is, too, having a season.
The Knights line up. They'll boot it out, and it is incomplete, so the 2-point conversion no good, and they stay leading at 20-0.
Yeah, we take another look. It's a really good little play fake there. As you look left, throw it back right, but, oh, I beg your pardon, this is the touchdown. A lot of good feet of number 1 getting into the end zone.
Very efficient by DJ Green on that drive. The Steele Knights have found another quality running back in Marshall M.J. Kenner. They knew they had one, and Emmy came into the game. He had 17 carries for 159 yards. But as you said, getting a chance tonight to shine with the all-everything running back Jonathan Hatton out with a concussion. Hatton, by the way, was an all-state honorable mention player last year. He's a 4-year starter. Can you imagine being a freshman and getting onto the field at a place like Steele?
I mean, I remember we were doing some of those games early on in his career, and that, right, you think of what you have to do to get on the field. It reminds me of Justin Stockton back in the day, right?
Yeah.
This guy can get on the field when Malcolm Brown's on the field. This guy's just a freshman, but you got to have multiple dudes at that spot as we take a look at Hatton and some of the career highlights of this guy. And they were saying, hey, watch this tape last week. This guy was out there pass protecting and doing a great job. He takes pride in that. And above it all, Don, we're talking about Jonathan Hatton, the human being. I mean, one of the hardest working guys on the team. Yes, sir, no, sir. And just, you know, a leader on top of being a really great player. I mean, that's kind of been the MO with these Steele Knights over the years. They've got quality players, no doubt, but the humans are just as special.
Yeah, 100%. Good parents, head on straight. I asked him about why he switched his commit from Oklahoma to Texas A&M. Wouldn't say a negative thing at all about the Sooners, and talked about how appreciative he was and how much he loved kind of being a Sooner for 2 years as a commit, but just felt like A&M was the place for him with as much as they've been running the football, and he can come in there, after Le'Veon Moss and be the guy, he thinks. And so he's excited about it as Judson airs it out. It's incomplete. Thought maybe they had completed that one, but just couldn't hold on to it.
Well, a great play design by these Rockets. I mean, you talk about guys with speed, and Jamori Bowens, the sophomore receiver, big number 88, split the DBs and almost had a huge home run ball for these Rockets to end the frame.
It's been all Steele. It's 20-0 second quarter action straight ahead here on the CWSA.
Welcome back to Lenhoff Stadium for Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gamez Law Firm. Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, I should say. Here, but with Beluga Joe Corchado, and Alejandro sitting here. We're being very calm today, Alejandro. It's good. Not throwing little pellets in people's shoes, which is good. So, Joe, you guys are yet again a sponsor this season. You guys are also sponsoring the top plays of the week over on News 4. Why you guys continue to give back to the community in this way?
It's just important to give back to the community. Without the community, the people supporting us, we wouldn't be here. So I definitely just want to make sure I give it back to the community.
And so you guys have some good deals on maintenance plans right now. Can you tell me a little bit about everything that's going on?
Yeah, if you look on our website, give us a call about our maintenance plans. We're giving away free Wi-Fi thermostats, technology thermostats, nothing basic. But if you sign up with our maintenance plans, you get a free thermostat. So give us a call, look on our website, and you can get more information.
Doesn't get better than that. All right, let's get to the main event. We've been promising that Alejandro is going to help us out all year. It's week 7. So we have bribed him sufficiently with pizza and potentially a green monster truck. So, Alejandro, don't blow your money. Yeah! Woo! Green monster truck it up, baby. Back to you guys.
See, so what happened was, right, so Matt, we had an over-under on what week it would be when Alejandro would do that. So Matt just set it up. Finally bribed the kid with pizza and a monster truck.
Look, dude, we all have our weaknesses. So
I
it just took 7 weeks for Matt to find Alejandro's.
If that would have been in a Las Vegas casino the way he cheated, they would have broken his kneecaps. It's a mega furniture first down for the Judson Rockets. They hand off inside in a gain of a couple. Caden Graham, the all-district running back from a year ago, was all-district as a sophomore, still just a junior.
And on the tackle, number 5, Jared Ibarra just enveloped him. The Steele size is just remarkable with these guys, and they fly to the ball.
Second down and 8. Davis, the QB on this series. He tosses it out in the flat. It's completed, but not going anywhere as Justin Alexander was brought down. Justin Alexander's just a freshman.
And how about the hustle, too, on the back end of that play? Julian Hugo ran all the way across the field and ended up getting a part of that tackle. So you see how talented these defensive linemen, and I'm sure he's going to make friends with our very own Matt Roy since he's the ASU commit.
Third down and 6. Davis going to scramble. Switches hands. Nice job. He takes a rock shot by Eli Johnson. There's the kid that is the 4-star. And you see why. What a hit.
Well, that sure was a wallop on the back end, but that was a great run, too. I mean, the pressure's coming, the heat's coming from the outside. Look at how well he recognizes this early on, steps up, makes a play, and then, had a little something for 2 when he got up as well.
Nice play by Davis. They run it again. It's a Mega Furniture first down. I thought the ball was out. Everybody looking at the officials, they're going to say he was down, I do believe.
You start to see the physicality in this football game start to ramp up. We talked about the importance of this ball game for both teams, right? A combined 3-0 and 29-6A coming into it. Judson's got to have this game. They got to get something going here on this drive here on 2nd and 5.
Saw a close-up shot of Hugo, 6'4", 250, number 9. Davis keeps, tries to get outside. Nice little stiff arm, and Davis is inspiring that Judson team with his physicality and toughness on this drive.
Amen to that. I mean, a little something for everybody when he's getting up. And I just like the way he's playing with his moxie right here. And you can't help but fuel up when you see a guy playing as hard as he is right now.
Yeah, I'd run it back to him. I'd run another quarterback draw right here. This guy wants to play. Hands off inside, and that'll pick up the Mega Furniture first down. That's the freshman, Justin Alexander, coming into tonight. Only 3 carries for 9 yards, but he's getting some work here tonight, and I think Coach Soto might be just looking for somebody who wants to play, right? Somebody who wants to make a play and play inspired football, so he's trying some different guys out, and Justin Alexander showing he's up for the challenge too. He picks up a Mega Furniture first down. But yeah, real impressed with Dominic Davis on this drive. And you see the enthusiasm on the Judson sideline. They're looking for any reason to have some momentum, and they found it. Still trail Steele though, 20-0, 7:34 to go here in the second quarter.
Welcome back to Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm. Joined by another one of our sponsors in Rush Max. We got Rocky, the robot here. Got a Halloween-themed chest plate. Love it. And then Ethan Vasquez as well. So you guys are over at Rush Max. What is your mission at Rush Max?
So our mission at Rush Max is we aim to, separate families from, their busy lives, their busy outside world, and help bring them and help make special moments.
What do you guys have to offer? What kind of parties do you host in events?
So we do host birthday parties, corporate events, and stuff like that. But because it is the Halloween season, on October 26th from 4 to 7, we do have a trunk or treat happening. So feel free to swing by again from 4 to 7, October 26th.
Awesome. You guys got go-karts and all that stuff. Can you tell us a little bit about what you guys offer?
Yeah, so we have our go-karts, we have our laser tag, we have our 80-game arcade. We also got a new dance game in there, so come check that out. We got a bar, concession stand for the adults, all kinds of stuff. Come swing by.
Speaking of dance games, Rocky, do you compete in the dance games? Or can you show us a few of your moves here? Oh, Judson in the end zone. Let's dance on over to Don and Chuck to give us a recap of what just happened. Thanks, guys.
Hayden Mann with the touchdown, and You know, Judson's capitalizing on that momentum we talked about during that drive. Hats off to the Rockets for finishing the drive.
Yeah, Dominic Davis, the quarterback, also doubles as a running back. You know, he's had some opportunities to throw it, but I think he likes contact. And here's just a good old-fashioned trickeration, as you like to call it, Don Harris. 87 getting the ball up top, and that's a touchdown.
Good call. 87 not on our roster. But there's been a few of those this week as Judson, I think, is trying a lot of new guys out, maybe up from the JV.
Yeah, to your point, that's Jackson Barlow on the alternative roster, the sophomore tight end, throwing a home run ball tonight. Well done, young dude.
Judson's on the board. It's all Steele here in the second quarter.
This is Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
Aiden Mann with the touchdown, 2 catches tonight, 34 yards, and more importantly, gets Judson on the board and a little bit of momentum as Steele will, here's Johnson. He can fly. He finds a seam, watch out. Eli Johnson down the sideline. He's the 4-star. He's still on his feet, got a block. Touchdown, Steele. What a block from Jamin Harville.
Well, sometimes seeing is believing.
Touchdown, Knights.
Not that we were ever doubting too, but man,
96-yard.
what a spectacular looking athlete here.
See his stride, his strength.
Yeah, watch how he gets these knees up too as he's busting through these tackles.
He might have stepped out of bounds.
No way, there's
down.
a flag. I mean, honestly.
Was it on that block? We'll listen. Sideline. All right, so it's 26-7 with the extra point to come.
Those are the kind of flags we like, right? Celebratory flags.
Yeah.
You see how well this Steele team, you pointed out the blocks even on the run, on the kickoff, right? I mean, these guys are just happy helping their guys get down the field too. You know, only one football, but these fellas, man, they are plenty in terms of dudes.
Yeah, he's going to have to buy him a soda pop for that block.
I was out there taking pictures of some of these guys before the game for our social media sites, and I mean, you just look in awe and, you know, passing the eye test for sure, but then you get a chance to see what it looks like when these guys match up against other teams, and you can see why darn near every major power in the country would like 2 on their ball club. He's still got another year of high school.
I'm telling you, man, his physique, his quads, thighs, his length, 6'3", 200, 4'4". I mean, these recruiters don't miss on guys like that, right? So you go to these camps, you run 4'4", and they look and see and measure you and look at 6'3", 200, and you're 16 years old. They can coach you on the rest.
You got that right.
They can teach you the rest. But you can't teach 6'3", 200, 4'4".
And that's the third line of defense. You know, normally at a high school like that, a guy like that's playing wide receiver. We got the wide receiver covered, man. You just go back there and make sure nobody scores on the back end.
He can play on whatever he wants. Judson will have the opportunity to try to match. They mishandled the kickoff, but now it leads to this.
Equally
Nice
spectacular, right?
Yeah, great play getting across the 25 by the Judson Rockets. That's Braylon Mayers. Judson continues to play a lot of guys that maybe haven't seen a lot of time this year.
You know, on a play like that, you know, looks like it's going to be a disaster, and that's off to 17 for basically making lemonade out of lemons.
It's a mega furniture first down. Here's Dominic Davis getting the snaps again at this series, and why not? He's proven in the last series that he could inspire this football team just with his moxie and physicality. Throws the out route. That ball's caught. They're going to call it a completion to A.K. Davis. Pierce Kemp, one of the 2 Kemp kids playing for that Steele defense. He's a 3-year letterman, first team all-district linebacker. He's got a perfect GPA too, part of our Ideal Precision Roofing and Exteriors player profiles.
His sophomore brother's been running around here tonight too, doing some things, and Pierce doing a great job on camera this week, talking to Jack Green.
Davis running for his life, going to throw it out there and complete it. And Bowens is rocked. Coming up to make the hit is Trey Johnson III.
Okay, so Don, we've seen dudes all over the field tonight, and one guy that Coach Sainz said, keep an eye out for number 12, because there are going to be a lot of people around the country looking at this guy too. This is the first year they've had some tape on him. He's a junior. Again, you talk about the amount of guys that they've had in this program, elite level players. To get on the field at Steele High School is a humongous win at this high school, right? With the talent that they have. But 12 is certainly a guy next year as well.
Remember that name, Trey Johnson. Go kick here, and it looks like we may have a roughing the passer call on Kenyon Watkins, who is pleading his case to the official.
So to that point, Kenyon Watkins, he's been a starter for Steele since he was a sophomore, and I think he'd like to have that one back for sure.
Yeah, don't know what he was pleading. Pretty guilty there. 27-7 our score. Mega Furniture first down here for the Rockets. Davis called quarterback draw. When in doubt, give it to him because he's playing inspired ball. But Kempke there to bring him down.
Yeah, Kempe had some help. Really good play, good read on his part. Come up from his safety position and really stop that play almost dead cold.
Dominic Davis, 60 yards on the night. And again, he's bit on the year on one of the few guys who has really played inspired football for Judson, gave them a spark on that last drive. Fires out to the flat. That ball's picked off. It's going the other way. It's a pick six for the Steele Knights. Off the deflection, it's Kalu Benjamin.
We talk about all these guys that Steele has, right?
Check that, Leandre Williams.
Yeah, Leandre Williams coming out there making a play, and his dudes on top of dudes. Straight drop back for Judson. They throw it, ball's tipped. Leandre playing center field and almost got caught celebrating too soon, but all he saw was green pasture ahead of him once that ball was tipped. Tough to stop a guy with some wheels.
The extra point is up and true, and Steele now leads it 34-7. Leandre Williams, and you know what? Hats off to that officiating crew. They showed some restraint and didn't flag him for giving the touchdown signal too early. I hate that call. As long as it's not egregious, I don't have a problem with it. Just too many times we see them penalized for just putting out a hand or a finger in the air or something like that. You know, every week Thursday Night Lights highlights teams that are making a difference in our communities with the Beyond the Game program. Let's hear more about it from San Antonio Sports and Valero.
Beyond the Game is an initiative that works with all area school districts to encourage high school and middle school teams and individuals to make a difference within their student population and serve our community. We know that students who participate in team sports are setting the foundation for their future in the workplace by learning teamwork, unselfishness, and respect. This program recognizes high school and middle school teams and individuals for working together to make a difference in our community.
The principles of integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service are central to Valero's culture. We are excited to team up with Beyond the Game to honor students who are dedicated to making meaningful contributions on and off the field.
Having Valero as a teammate for Beyond the Game will help this program continue to positively impact more teams, coaches, and families. Teams will be recognized in the San Antonio High School All-Star Football Game in the Alamo Dome. If you want to nominate, you can visit sanantoniosports.org to learn more about the program and nominate teams and individuals today.
Jenny Carnes, San Antonio Sports, and all they do. Appreciate Valero for partnering on the Beyond the Game program. Chuck and I feature it every week. We get to see what these kids are doing all over the city with their community service. It's just a wonderful program as Steele will kick it back off. 5:38 to go, second quarter action here for the Judson Rockets, who've found some success right up the middle of their kick return and do so again here with a nice return that will set them up with good field position around their own 42-yard line.
Just amazes me every time we watch these Steele guys play, Don, and the amount of talent that they've got here. I mean, we've seen Trey Johnson earlier tonight. You know, he's offered by Tech, Baylor, and TCU. And you see a guy like Williams come in and makes a huge play. Guy's a senior. I mean, you can imagine if you're a really good high school football player, what it takes to get on the field at this school, because they've just got so many guys that are not only good football players, but solid citizens too. So well done, young man, on that touchdown.
And we've seen it. We saw it dating way back to Malcolm Brown and Stearns and Ryan Simmons and those guys, that when college recruiters come on campus and come to a practice, they may be looking at, for instance, Hugo right here, who's committed to Arizona State, and then they see Thompson. And they say, who's that? He's a sophomore. He's what? Okay, noted. And so, I mean, you come out here to a Steele practice in November, and it's not uncommon to see a handful of scouts. As Davis rolls to his right, Davis has some speed. Easy. He picks up the first down.
He's having a fantastic night. There's no question about it. I mean, again, there's nothing downfield, and he's really, really good when he keeps it on the ground. Haven't been a lot of opportunities to chuck the ball downfield, and then when he threw a dime on the last one, unfortunately, they weren't able to complete it, and it went the other way for 6. So Judson and 11 doing what they can to get these Rockets back in this football game.
Yeah, Davis has inspired his teammates, even though the score is lopsided, as he wants to go deep here. Does. 3 guys down there, 2 of them were Steele Knights, and he overshot them all as he was looking for the man who's got the touchdown, Aiden Man.
Hey, Don, while we got a break in the action, you sent me on a mission earlier to
Yes.
find out if Liam Jones is related to Jalen Jones. Well, I'm happy to report for the TNL I-Team, I have figured out that Liam Jones is related to Mr. Jalen Jones, the 7th-round pick of the Indianapolis Colts. And he's on a mission to be better than his brother. So he's hoping 6th round or better whenever he makes it to the NFL, as Steele always does, is produce NFL prospects.
All right, so we got to the bottom of it. It is Jalen Jones' his little brother. Aggie fans remember Jalen Jones. He got a great career at Texas A&M.
Yeah, and still comes back to town, works out here. And, I was thinking when you said that, it's like, no, the guy on the field's got better hair than Jalen Jones. But I forgot when Jalen was in high school, he had really long hair, and he had gray hair in A&M, and then he cut his hair because he needed a good 40 time when he was trying out for the NFL and going through his pro day stuff. So, yeah, Jalen, real deal, man. I know he got a little nicked up early on in the year, but remember last year he was the AFC Player of the Week 1 week for his 2 interception performance.
Well, whatever he was running, I remember it was 4.2 type stuff. It was crazy speed. Speaking of speed, the Rockets are moving down the field. They have found a little spark here with Justin Alexander, who, like Dominic Davis, has come in without a lot of expectations. They were looking at Caden Graham and L.J. Shipman and others, and this freshman now has given them a spark.
Certainly have. Found
Kick
their
return
footing
too.
a little bit too. Running the football, trying to figure out how best to solve this Steele ball club. Not an easy feat, to be sure.
It's 1st down and 10, a Mega Furniture 1st down, as they now have it on the 26-yard line. And whistles blow. I believe we're going to have a timeout. And we'll keep it right here. 34-7, our score. Haven't really talked a lot about Julian Hugo, number 9, the defensive end for Steele, but I know Matt Roy will want to because he's committed to Arizona State. 43 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks, and the defensive player of the year in this district last year as a junior, 6'4", 250, and already was an all-state performer last year. He is, as the seniors go, right up there with Hatton on the recruiting blue chip lists, and he and his teammates doing it again tonight.
Don, it's really funny. When Arizona State went to the Big 12, they were really happy that they'd start to have a bigger foothold in Texas. As you're playing Baylor, you're playing the Texas Techs of the world. They've played Texas State the last couple of years, and every time they come out here, Kenny Dillingham, the coach over at Arizona State, makes his recruiting trips, whether it's down here to Steele, whether it's all around the Texas area. And so Hugo is an example of how committed he is to Texas, as we see Judson make a play for a touchdown here.
Man, and what a play it is. J.J. Clay, a sophomore, just turned on the afterburners. What a burst by that young man to get down there to get into the end zone.
And I think Judson's really onto something, Don. Every time Matt Roy talks, Judson scores. Oh, what a remarkable play that was, right? To get the ball downfield and then shortly thereafter get a punch as Steele finding some life here late in the second quarter.
J.J. Clay was not going to be denied. That thing opened up and he just determined, I'm getting to that cone, and he did. We'll take another look at it here in a second. But man, J.J. Clay, again, just a sophomore to go with Alexander, the freshman. Here it is here. Watch his determination to get to this cone. Stiff arm and dive.
Yeah, 2 elite level moves before he got that ball upfield, and then throwing the stiff arm to boot. Fantastic individual play by J.J. Clay.
So you know, if you're a Judson fan, you could be a little discouraged. It's 34-14 against your one of your big rivals. But you got to think, Dominic Davis is a junior. He's coming back. Justin Alexander, the freshman running back who sparked him on that drive, he's coming back. He's just a freshman. J.J. Clark is a sophomore. The big guy up front that goes 350 pounds, J. Storm Knight, is just a sophomore, 15-year-old. Chad Wagner, the left guard who's 6'3", 304 already, is just a sophomore. Brandon Rocha, the right guard's just a junior. So a lot of young talent on Mark Soto's team as they're going through some growing pains here this year and against a very good team in Steele. Here's Liam Jones with it. He gets a block. He's turning on the burners and gets brought down before midfield. We're back in 15 seconds.
At Brazilian Top Team San Antonio, our kids and teen classes build more than strength. From anti-bullying to mental resilience, your child becomes part of a community that lifts them up. Sign up today for a free trial class at bttsa.com.
So DJ Green and the Steele offense try to add some more to the scoreboard here before halftime. 2:44 to play here in this first half.
Impressive by both of these teams. Guys get the ball in the open field, and the fury that they're running with is really impressive.
It's a Mega Furniture first down as he throws it to Jones out in the flat, and Jones is brought down. Hat comes off. That young man will have to leave the game for a play as he made a nice play on the ball, did Zach Rodolfo. Called his name a few times tonight.
I get to look at his fantastic hair. A couple of those guys tonight, including some of the interviewees.
He's a sophomore too.
That Matt was talking to earlier in the game.
Green completes it out here. Short gain on the play.
Picked up the sticks though.
Kylou Benjamin with the catch. And we're getting close to the 2-minute timeout. New to high school football this year. This will be the last play before that. And it's Kenner right up the middle. Kenner to the 25 down near the 22-yard line. That'll stop the clock, and it's time for the 2-minute timeout.
2-minute timeout.
And it's a good time for us to tell you about all the college and pro football we've got coming up on our family of stations this week. Got Big Ten action on Fox San Antonio with Ohio State and Illinois. Then it's TCU and Kansas State. Texas Tech may get a little test there from Kansas, although the Red Raiders have been great this year. Over on the CW at Stanford and SMU, Wake and Oregon State. And on News 4, Michigan and USC in a big battle Saturday night. Cowboys and Carolina Panthers Sunday on Fox. And on Sunday night football, the Detroit Lions at Kansas City. Chuck, who do you think would be favored in the Lions-Chiefs game?
Got to be the Chiefs, right?
It is, and I'm shocked because Detroit's been putting up 30 on everybody, and the Chiefs haven't been very good.
Dude, it's still the Chiefs.
I know, but at what point do we say, meh? And next week, we're going to the Rock Pile on TNL. Always look forward to our trip to Alamo Stadium. You know why, Chuck? The Frito pie.
Good point.
The Frito pie at the Rock Pile.
It is elite.
You know, Don, you better be nice to when you're talking about the Chiefs. Jordan's going to come next week to the Rock Pile. She might beat you guys up if you talk too bad on the Chiefs.
I'm just saying, Matt, you're our gambling expert. Who do you think should be favored, the Lions at Chiefs?
The Chiefs. Smash the money line on the Chiefs.
I don't know what that is.
The Chiefs are going to win that ball game, I'm telling you right now.
Okay.
Well, Dolphus Hankins able to walk off 76 for Judson, got nicked on that last play, so some positivity there that he was able to walk off under his own power.
Little jet sweep to the left. Good positive yardage for Harville, who's shown his speed. They're inside the absolute power red zone as Steele's looking to put some more points on the board before halftime.
14-yard line. 9-yard gain, second one.
Knights going with some number twos, as they call them, up front. Kenner has the carry, and he picks up positive yardage.
Kenner picks up the first down for the Knights.
Steele trying to do what it can to not only get this touchdown here, obviously that's the goal, but see if you can leave Judson as few seconds as possible when and if they score.
Kenner bounces it. Good job by the Rocket defense to pursue him with lots of different guys to get out there. Tick down inside of a minute before the next snap. It'll be second down and goal.
Alfred Florida is the Judson sophomore out there. Good hustle play by him to bring down the ball carrier as we wind inside a minute here in the first half.
And now the clock stops. And we'll have a timeout. Judson, their last, with just 53 seconds to go. Don't forget the DH Plumbing halftime show. Matt Roy will take us through it with our fantastic bands performances. You'll get to vote for the band grant. Don't forget, there's a $5,000 grant that's going to be given to one of the bands that we have on TNL this season. For you to vote, just scan the QR code on your screen. You got to be 18. And vote for the band that you like the most, and the band that gets the most votes all season will walk away with the $5,000 band grant, courtesy of Christus Children's. David Chancellor will also bring one of my favorite things we do every week, the Scholar Athlete, always in awe. We talk about great athletes on the field, and sometimes it's the guy who runs 4.4 and is being recruited by Alabama or whoever. It's also got the 104 GPA. And just always amazed at just how smart these kids are these days.
Second and goal at the 4-yard line.
Tonight, a golfer and a volleyball player from the two schools. All right, second down and goal for DJ Green. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to be short. Good gang tackling by Judson. Tick-tock. Steele's got all three timeouts if they want to use them. To Chuck's point, and they want to just run this down and don't leave any time left on the clock. Miles Wisdom in on that tackle. And now they'll stop it with 33 seconds to go on third and goal, and we're back in 15 seconds.
At Brazilian Top Team San Antonio, our kids and teen classes build more than strength. From anti-bullying to mental resilience, your child becomes part of a community that lifts them up. Sign up today for a free trial class at bttsa.com.
Steele Knights ranked number 6, I believe, this week in the TNL Top 10. We've got some great ones around town. Harlan, ever since they beat Brennan, has moved into the top spot. They're 5-0, perfect, along with Johnson and New Braunfels. Southwest is still undefeated, along with Clark down there at 7-8. Bernie and Alamo Heights rounding out the top 10, and look out for Smithson Valley.
And look out for Southwest. All they do is win, right? Every week it's just da-da, da-da, da-da.
Yep. Smithson Valley always seems to start off at like number 8. And then they win the state championship.
Yeah, last team standing, right?
It's just the way they do it out there.
Something tells me these guys might be 2 here, the guys, the men in black.
Third and goal.
Woo, good play, Judson.
Close to the end zone, but it's not close enough as Yedidia Aaron in there to make the tackle. Good tackle by 65. As Jones tried to punch it in, and now there's fourth and goal. It'll be all or nothing here, as they'll snap it with under 5 seconds left. And Kenner walks in for the
1-yard run.
And the young backup running back to Jonathan Hatton has had his game.
We talk about game management, clock management, all that. I mean, you honestly could not have done it any better than the Steele Knights did there to end this first half.
Marshall Kenner, the junior, with the touchdown, as Steele will try to make it 41-14. going into the locker room. Ralph Lara on to do the kicking, and his extra point is up and good. I thought we may have had a second left on the clock, but it is halftime. No time left. The Steele Knights with the hefty lead, and get the comments from Coach David Sines, who's with Matt Roy down on the sidelines. So he's trying to round him up. It's been all Steele, and man, Coach Sines has got to like what he sees from his young crew. Matt, take it away.
All right, guys, got Coach Sines here. Coach, 21 points not on your offense. You guys will be winning this game without your offense. What's that say about your team and how well-rounded you guys are to have two special teams touchdowns and a defensive score?
Yeah, just excited about the special teams play and that defensive score. Help us get the momentum there. A little disappointed in the penalties that we've had, so we got to clean that up. But pretty happy with the way we played so far.
Defensively, you guys have allowed two big plays that have allowed Judson to get kind of back into the game on offense. What do you guys have to do defensively to shore that up?
You got to communicate across the board, and we got to contain the quarterback. Right now, he's breaking contain, and he's hurting us a little bit with his feet and finding the open guys. And we got to make sure that we get aligned correctly and communicate across the board.
Good luck in the second half, Coach. Thank you.
David Sines, one of the best in the business. When we come back, it's the DH Plumbing halftime show. Stick around.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Little Caesars, the Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, DH Plumbing, Rush Max, Mega Furniture, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Absolute Power Electrical Contractors, Christus Children's, Gautier Formal Dresses, The Good Feet Store, Collision Experts of Alamo Heights, South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care, TELUS Equipment, Ideal Precision Roofing, Brazilian Top Team, and Monarch Trophy Studio.
Diamond Social Officer is Andre Green. Diamond Dance Officers are Major Angela Ambries, Major Tanisha Atkins, Lieutenant Colonel Madeline Cano, and your 2025-2026 Colonel Ricky Pena. Diamond of the Week is Kay Ware. Under the direction of Alma Lopez and assisted by Lauren Gear, the Diamond Stance team will be performing to That Guy.
Welcome to the DH Plumbing Halftime Report.
Lights presented by the Gomez Law Firm out here at Lenhoff Stadium at Schertz-Cibolo ISD. So we got 41-14 for the Steele Knights of their rival Judson Rockets right now. And the Judson, as you probably just heard from the announcer, Judson High School Marching Band on the field right now. We spoke to their band director a little bit earlier this week. Take a listen.
Finding our true direction and our purpose in life.
My name is David Hochstetter. I'm the head band director here at Judson High School. I've been a band director for about 17 years, but this is my first year as head here at Judson. We're right around 100 members. We do have a lot of incoming freshmen this year. We're trying to build up our numbers of the band. This year's band, we just have a great energy level. I really like the positivity of the kids. Before this, I was the percussion director here. And just the drive that the kids want to give me, and the things that the kids want to do, it's pushing us to new levels, and it's a very exciting season. So our show this year is called Finding Your True North. We do have 3 movements musically learned so far. We're about 1.5 songs drill-wise. The overall theme of the show is trying to find your direction in life, trying to find who you are and what you're about, and we're trying to represent that musically and visually, and trying to create a very peaceful, directive focus of our show. And you'll see like the 4 compass points in the show. You'll see north, east, southwest. Each of our songs represents one of those directions, ending the show with True North. We've got a full season, mostly starting in October. We'll be having competitions pretty much every weekend in October. We start with our home show here, the Rocket Review, on October 4th. And then every Saturday from there, we've got different ones going to a U.S. band show that's actually also here at Rutledge Stadium. Then we have our region competition and our area competition. We practice 3 nights a week, about 5 to 8 o'clock every night, 5 to 7:30 technically. So we have a full schedule. We keep ourselves busy all fall long. I've got an excellent staff here with Jose Garcia, Megan Trevino, and AJ Riojas. They support everything we do here and their great leadership. I'd like to thank our principal, Eric Pockett, and Kimberly Carlton, who are very supportive of our band program, and our fine arts director, Keith Witt.
It's time to vote for the Christian Children's $5,000 band grant. To vote for the Judson High School Marching Band, scan that QR code on your screen. You must be 18 years old or older and live in our viewing area.
San Antonio middle and high school athletes are doing great things for our community. San Antonio Sports and Valero are shining a light on teams and individuals who model key values through their actions. This week, we salute 2 schools whose community projects demonstrate beyond the game values. The Clemens High School volleyball student athletes and coaches came together to mentor and inspire the next generation. Their camp helped to build skills, confidence, and a love for the game. Plus, the athletes had the opportunity to share their experience and leadership while helping to promote and grow volleyball within their community. The East Central High School boys basketball program exemplified what it means to lead by example. These dedicated student athletes gave up their Saturday to serve their community. They worked together to beautify the school, from tidying up the grounds to painting and cleaning inside. They showed pride and a commitment to giving back. These athletes demonstrated the beyond the game values of integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service.
You're watching the DH Plumbing Halftime Report.
Welcome back to Robert and Glenda Lendhoff Stadium out here for Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights presented by the Gomez Law Firm. It is 41-14 Steele over Judson right now at halftime, and we're going to take this time to go to our Beluga Air Scholar Athletes of the Week. At the end of the year, Beluga Air will present a $10,000 scholarship to one of the students that we feature this season on TNL. David Chancellor introduces us to this week's Scholar Athletes.
Alexis McKnight is all about work, in school, in volleyball, in life.
I really pride myself in being good at my sport too, and then kind of behind the scenes being really good at academics.
The Judson volleyball star picked up the sport as a 7th grader and hasn't looked back.
How good are you at your sport?
I'd say I'm pretty good. I'm a 6th rotation outside hitter on varsity. I've been on varsity all 4 years.
That says a lot at Judson, yes?
Yes, it does.
She worked for that, like she works for a 97 GPA.
I've been a straight A student my entire life, since the beginning of school, starting school. And for me, my grades always come first. So I always make sure I do my homework right before practice or right after practice as soon as possible.
Student, check. Athlete, check. Community servant, she cleans cemeteries and parks, double check. 10-year plan, she got that too.
I see myself probably getting a master's degree in forensic science because I really want to be a crime scene investigator or in the forensic science field. Anywhere. I want to be the best of the best because that field is so selective. You really have to be the top.
You don't seem to shy away from the work.
I really, because it's what I'm used to.
Yeah.
And I want that to be who I am.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It is. It already is.
Steele High School's Carson Hunt is good in many things, including things that are really hard, like golf. He shoots in the 80s. His dad does not.
Most of the time I practice on weekdays, on school days, and then I'll play occasionally on the weekends, sometimes with my dad.
Is he a golfer, or does he just kind of do it with you?
He's not. He just does it with me.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's all. So you beat him?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I do.
Carson's real gift is his mind. His GPA is 107. He's the Honor Society president, and he takes part in the DECA Stock Market Games competition.
I always just want to be the best version of me that I can be, right? And I think that that's kind of what fuels that, right? It's just that ambition is just a drive. It comes from the people around me, honestly.
He's hoping for a future in banking or corporate finance, but the numbers guy is also a car guy.
My grandpa, he has a 1969 Buick GS400, and I fell in love with that thing. It's an awesome car. It's cool to see how something can come together. It has so many little parts, and it can create this big, monstrous beast, right? I enjoy seeing different cars and how they're created.
That's your mind at work, man. That's cool to listen to. We're a lot.
You're watching the DH Plumbing Halftime Report.
Welcome back to Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm, out here in Schertz, Texas, for Thursday Night Lights at Lenhoff Stadium. Steele Knights up 41-14 over the Judson Rockets right now, and the Steele Knights marching band going to be coming onto the field here pretty soon. We spoke to their band director a little bit earlier this week. Take a listen.
My name is Alexia Beasley. I am the director of bands at Steele High School, and this is my third year at Steele and my 7th year as a band director. This year we've got about 255 members, and that includes both our marching musicians and our color guard as well. And we've got a pretty great mix of some really experienced student leaders that are returning to our group, very motivated group of students, and we've also got a pretty large chunk of our band that's also new members, either freshman young members or new members to our program as well. So it's been a lot of fun watching them come together and see the group chemistry, and they're really starting to perform with more confidence and energy every week. So our production this year is titled Mystic. It's very much so an ominous, spooky vibe. It's got lots of different layers of sound and different textures that are very unique to the percussion section especially. It moves between dark and suspenseful moments into some really high energy, super powerful sections, and it gets to kind of showcase our variety in the range. Visually, there's a lot of different aesthetics. There's a lot of bold colors. Blues are kind of our reoccurring color and what we're focused around. And it's definitely kind of a show that keeps the audience pretty intrigued. So we've gone to our first contest a couple weeks ago now, and we are preparing for another one this upcoming Saturday. We'll be competing in a U.S. Bands contest. We're hoping that we can continue pushing forward and do well again this Saturday. And then, of course, the remainder of our season is going to be focused towards our UIL circuit and working towards our success at UIL this year. Absolutely need to thank our assistant directors and our instructional staff. We have George Ranghel, our assistant band director, and Jackson Hizapaki, who leads our percussion section. Our color guard director is Stephen Scott. He is new to our program, and he's doing fantastic with our super huge group of students that he's been working with. And then, of course, always have to shout out our Steele Band boosters. They're the absolute backbone of the program, and they help with everything: equipment, meals, fundraising, concessions, and, of course, much more that's behind the scenes. And then, of course, the students and their families. They're here early morning, late nights, and they commit, and they have lots of energy and passion for what they do. And the success of our program truly comes from all of the people who absolutely just pour everything into it.
It's time to vote for the Christian Children's $5,000 band grant. To vote for the Steele High School Marching Band, scan the QR code on your screen. You must be 18 years old or older and live in our viewing area. Thanks again to Christian Children's for sponsoring this year's $5,000 band grant.
And now, please welcome to the field the award-winning Steele High School Marching Band. Under the direction of Walter Keaton, George Ranghel, and Jackson Hizapaki. Starting instructor, Stephen Scott. Starting sponsor, Linda Garrett. The The Steele Knight Band is a 3-time U.S. Band champion and consistent UIL area marching finalist. Taking the field tonight under the leadership of drum majors Kinsey Deason, Trisha Roberts, Sophia Howell, and Stacey Taylor, the band will perform a portion of the 2025 competition show, Mississippi.
You're watching the DH Plumbing Halftime Report.
Welcome back to the DH Plumbing Halftime Show. Steele with 41 points on the board at halftime. Lead the Judson Rockets 41-14. Right now it's time for our halftime highlights. It got started in a hurry. Opening kickoff. Liam Jones, that man right there, could go. And he does. 7-0. Steele. They added to it with an MJ Kenner touchdown. That made it 14-0. Jamin Harville caught this one and found the end zone. It was 20-0 before Judson got on the board. Little trickeration here, and it's Aiden Mann with the touchdown catch as Judson was down 20-7. And then check out the touchdown run by EJ. We talked about him, Eli Johnson rather. And then Judson comes back. He was tipped, picked to the house. Touchdown Steele. The route was on. Judson found a little bit of something with their backups, the backup quarterback and this young guy, J.J. Clay, turning on the Jets to score. All in all, after the Kenner touchdown at the Horn, it's 41-14. We'll run down the stats and get second half action underway when we come back. The second half closing in. Time to take a look at our halftime stats. And Chuck, as the score would indicate, Steele Knights having their way.
Yeah, you know, Don, they've done such a great job, obviously, with the two special teams touchdowns and the defensive touchdowns. It's kind of hurt their offensive stats because their offense really hasn't had the ball, but when they have had it, they've done damage there too. Judson, a little deceiving on the rushing game because their running backs have had so many TFLs by Steele in this game. The quarterback, though, he's doing a really good job of getting the ball down the field, passing the ball pretty well too, even on the ball that went back for 6. And it was a tip ball. So Judson has done a pretty good job against this really talented Steele defense, but they've got to be really, really clean in this second half in order to get it going even better.
Time for our second half kickoff, brought to you by the Good Feet store. Steele won the toss early. They got the ball in the first half, and so they'll kick it away here to get the second half underway. And we have seen already a number of Judson Rockets on their roster as Coach Soto has gone deep into the roster to play first and second team guys. And if the score stays this way, I'm sure we'll see a lot of Steele Knights getting some opportunities, including kicker Ralph Lara, who is the backup to Darren Morales, the senior. But Lara has had the kicking duties here tonight, just a sophomore. Back deep, J.J. Clay at sophomore. And the freshman, who's had such a great game, the running back, Justin Alexander. Also back there is Omarion Evans. And we are underway here in the second half. It will be fielded at the 10. It's Evans. He's across the 30, across the 35. Great return. Judson's had some really good kick returns tonight. Best part of their game tonight has been on special teams.
Yeah, done a really good job kind of mixing it up too on offense. And, you know, you talked about it earlier, Don, about Judson maybe going into the well to look at some of these younger guys tonight too. Looking for a spark, see who's going to fight. Certainly Dominic Davis has been that guy. I mean, took some sacks early on that kind of hurt his yards per carry there, but he's really ignited this offense in terms of his physicality and how he's finishing off some of these runs.
Justin Alexander, the freshman, back there with him. It's a rush max first down as we begin third quarter action. Man comes in motion, and they hand it off to the young freshman, and Hugo is there, number 9, the big all-everything Arizona State commit for the Knights. And he's got his gold, Matt would be proud, he's got his Arizona State gold mouthpiece in.
Yeah, it looks like he's ready for the big time already with the night he's having.
Second down and 11. Davis checks the play call. Double stack twins to the left. Now Aiden Mann goes back in motion to the left side. And it's a halfback pass. But he didn't have anybody open, did Justin Alexander, so he just kind of swallowed it and did a good job to get up for a gain of a couple. Back to the line of scrimmage anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty daunting when you got a nice little trick play lined up and you're hoping that maybe you can catch those safeties for Steele. Maybe looking on the inside, seeing if it was going to be a run play to come up, but nope. Everybody stayed at home right there, including everybody's All-American, Eli Johnson, number 2.
Check the wristbands. Everybody on the same page. 3rd and 12. Davis rolling out. Going to be pressured. Going to be, I don't know if it's a sack or a fumble or incompletion. It's loose. Steele's got it for now. We'll see what they call. And I believe they're going to call it a fumble and a recovery, and it is by Kenyon Watkins.
Well, when we get a chance to watch this again, Don, we can't say enough about Hugo. Look at the quick first step that he got. And on the play previous, I was watching his head. He was trying to read his keys before he got back there to see where the play was going. Looked like a guy that spent a lot of time in the film room. But that time right there, man, he darn near jumped the count. He knew what was coming. He got back there quickly and got himself not only a sack, but himself a forced fumble too.
Davis tried to make that a pass attempt, but his hand went forward. The ball went backward. That was clearly a fumble. Good job by our officiating crew. It's a rush max first down. It's Kenner. Kenner grinding to the 5, inside it to the 4-yard line, but Judson holds firm for now.
Football playing dude, that 23, right? And surprisingly, looking for a scholarship offer.
Jedediah Aaron with the tackle. They'll throw the fade to the corner of the end zone. That ball is caught, and that is a touchdown. Micah Sheeler making a great adjustment on the ball to snag it for another Steele Knight score.
So Michael Sheeler is one of those guys that's kind of just been waiting patiently to try to get on the football field at Steele. You talked about him being the leading receiver this year. I mean, they had so many talented guys out there these last few years. Michael Sheeler has played behind some really good, talented, next-level dudes, and he sure is having himself a senior year. Well done, young man.
Jalen Cooper playing at SMU as a freshman. He was his backup a year ago. It's all Steele Knights here in Cibolo.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by TELUS Equipment.
We are back in Cibolo, Texas. Judson Rockets in a deep hole here, 48-14, 9:35 to play third quarter action. And we'll get another look at some of this young talent from that Judson return squad. They've had some success. J.J. Clay with a little mishandle here, but he gets it back. Finds his speed again. Watch out, this kid can go. He's already got a touchdown tonight. And that's gotta be a penalty, does it not?
Yeah, all kinds of flags coming in at the end of this one, and ref's not having any of it.
Yeah, that was really egregious. There was a little bit of late contact at the end of the play out of bounds, and then for about 5 yards, he just rode him and then slung him down by his horse collar there. And that was way late by Pierce Kempe. So just a 15-yard penalty. And see the coach not happy about that. But again, very impressive is J.J. Clay, the sophomore. We saw him score that one touchdown there. He was really determined to get to the cone and dove in, and he's got a burst that is legit. To rush Max first down, Davis going to scramble, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds again. The official takes a tough hit as well. Hope he's okay. He's not wearing a helmet.
He's able to laugh it off.
I think he's all right, man.
Man, that head looked like it hit the ground, so we'll take another look.
You may want to put him in concussion protocol. These guys are tough, man.
They are. Don, I was down on the field before the game taking pictures of both teams, and I accidentally walked into a place where I shouldn't have walked in. I'm telling you, you do not want to get hit by any of these guys out here. These guys, you can call them high school kids, but thankfully they're not completely grown, but certainly big enough to do a lot of damage, especially when they get a full head of speed.
That's Mark Pennington. He's the head line judge. This is his 13th season calling games. And Mark, you're tougher than the rest of us, brother. Nice job.
You can see the physicality in this football game is really, really ramping up. I mean, talked about this being one of those backyard variety ball games, and you want these guys to be able to have bragging rights on you for a year, talking about what they did to you in a ball game, and not to mention the fact that what this does in terms of seeding for teams that are trying to get to the playoffs. Obviously, Steele hadn't lost to anybody around here, and they're really, really looking the part here tonight.
Their only loss is to Westlake, as that ball was tipped. It might have been Hugo again. During the fourth quarter, tonight's game will be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. So that's coming up later. We've got some good nominees for the school bus stop of the game, as Hugo and part of that night defense gets a break. It's 4th and 13. Judson gets ready to punt it away. They have to get it off quick because that rush, it checks up at the 20, and that's where the Knights will have it. Up 48-14. They'll have the football when we come back. It's been all Steele tonight here at home in Cibolo.
like to thank you for attending tonight's game at the Lions. As you see, Board of Trustees voted to call a vote approved temporary election for properly paid for November 4th. This election gives our community the opportunity to decide whether to approve an agenda for this factor. If approved, is to generate about $16 million each year for areas such as teachers, staff compensation, athletics, fine arts, technology, and safety.
Okay.
Welcome back, and see that, Chuck?
Yeah, a little harvest action, huh?
You know why they call it the Harvest Moon, Chuck?
Well, it's layered, but I'll hear your version of it.
Well, from what I understand, it's because the moon is so bright that it allowed farmers to work at night to round up the crops. Is that not right?
No, that's part of it.
Okay.
There's an occultic thing too, some symbology. I won't go into
that. Doesn't surprise me that this is coming from you. Someone with a heavy metal group, maybe. Ball's complete out here. Watch out down the sideline, cutting back across midfield to the 45 and down to the 40-yard line is Jarvin. Man, they've got some speed on both sides tonight, and he's one of those explosive players.
Yeah, Jameen Harville. Look at this guy cut it up. Again, we talk about these guys running with authority, too. You get them the head of steam, and they start running with authority. I mean, it is really something to behold. Both of these teams with the speed that they have.
And it's a timeout for the Steele Knights. We'll take it with them, up 48-14. Welcome back here to Cibolo, Texas, Lenoff Stadium. Steele on top of Judson, 48-14. We're still got 7:18 left in the third quarter, and Marcel Smith of the Judson Rockets, one of our Ideal Precision Roofing and Exteriors player profiles, 3-year letterman, team captain, 4 interceptions, and he's got an offer from Midwestern State. We've been there. Cowboys training camp back in Wichita Falls back in the day. Midwestern State.
Yeah, it's a beautiful campus.
It is.
I just went through Wichita Falls recently and got a speeding ticket. Oh, recently, I mean in the last couple of years. Thank you, Wichita Falls. It was well earned. It was a well-earned speeding ticket. I won't say that it wasn't.
Those training camps were hot. Man, the temperature was even hotter than Austin. My favorite part about the story that I tell about Wichita Falls and Cowboys training camp was when the Cowboys moved their training camp from Austin to Wichita Falls for this couple of years. We've got 6:40 here to go, and a new quarterback in for Steele.
Look
out.
out.
A new running back running down the sideline to the 20, to the 10, and near the end zone is another backup in there now for the Steele Knights. And that's Ryan Duca, the junior. They just keep coming at you as they've gone with Leo Mann at quarterback and now Ryan Duca at running back.
You think he wasn't excited to get the ball right there? I mean, a lot of guys just take your 2 yards when you get contacted. Not Ryan Duca. He popped that thing outside and darn near popped himself a touchdown.
They mark it at the 5. I thought he got more like the 2.5. It's an absolute power red zone. And, Coach, go back to the kid, man. He earned it. They do. Duca. Not this time. Judson defense bows up and stops him at the 5. So anyway, they move Cowboys training camp from Austin to Wichita Falls. And we get this big packet at the station in the mail from the Wichita Falls Chamber of Commerce, welcoming us to Wichita Falls for training camp. And it had like a golf towel with a city logo on it. And it had this restaurant guide to Wichita Falls. So you're coming up here for training camp for a few weeks? Welcome to our restaurants. I'll tell you this story after this play. It's Duca again. Fights inside the 1, gets down to the 2. And I opened the restaurant guide, and it's got American restaurants, Chinese restaurants. And under Italian food, it was alphabetical. So you'd think like maybe Aldo's or something like that, right? Wichita Falls, the number 1, because it was alphabetical, Italian restaurant. Chuck E. Cheese. I said, oh, it's going to be a long, long couple of weeks.
I don't know, man. You can go and play the games and hang out with Chucky. It's pretty cool. Oh, man, it's a gang tackling bunch of Judson Rockets on that play here to bring up 4th down.
Nice play by that Judson D to make it interesting here. Judson going with some of their number 2s as well. Both coaches giving these guys some playing time. Steele probably give their starters a rest for the rest of the way. Plenty content to run lots of clock here. I'm imagining we'll see that a lot in the 4th quarter. Leo Mann, the quarterback. Ryan Duca, the running back. It's Duca. He gets near the goal line. And no signal.
So Judson held.
Judson made the stop on 4th and goal. Tell you what, 38's been everywhere tonight. Equan Thompson and Mark Soto doing a good job to encourage his guys to keep the fight alive. Down 48-14. That's not easy to do.
Yeah, and some guys making the most of their opportunities right there, right? I mean, pretty cool. You get a chance to get into a ball game if you're an underclassman or maybe a senior that's, had to put in all the sweat and the work and the study time to play at one of these storied programs. Get a chance to not only get in the game, but get yourself on TV tonight too.
And Judson going with a new quarterback now. He'll take it across the 5 to the 10. Nice gain there. Braden Smith is the senior quarterback. 5'9", 175. No stats on him on the season.
Guys, real quick, we've been talking about Julian Hugo all night, the Arizona State commit, and I was saving this for next time he made a play, but I don't think he's coming in the rest of the game as we got a lot of the 2s in here in the 3rd quarter. But wanted to just say he received more than 25 offers. Arizona, Baylor, Colorado, TCU, USC, and Utah. Committed down to Arizona State in Tempe because he said he was so ready to commit. I've never felt more at home compared to other schools I've been to. The players that hosted me really made me feel at home. And Kenny Dillingham, one of the best in the business. So he's prepared to go down, and everyone in Tempe extremely happy to have him down there on the Arizona State campus. And more importantly, he's not going to be a Wildcat, so that's good.
Matt, sounds to me, Matt, when he talked about his hosts, sounds to me like maybe he spent a night on Mill Avenue.
I mean, I can neither confirm nor deny what happens on Mill Avenue or in Old Town Scottsdale. That's
kind of the Tempe version of 6th Street. Let's put it that way.
It's a lot of fun. I think I remember that.
Graham in there for Judson. He was their starting running back coming into the night. Most of the night, though, we saw Justin Alexander, but they've gone back to Caden Graham, and he fights forward for a couple.
Caden, their all-district performer at running back from a year ago, has almost 500 yards rushing on the season.
It'll be 33.
Let's see if he gets some work here tonight the rest of the way.
Third down and about 2. Call it 3, long 2. Braden Smith, the quarterback, a senior, hasn't played much. But there's Graham with a nice gain, and that's going to pick up a rush max first down.
So Judson trying to get something going here in the run game. We wind down the third quarter. Graham looked really good in that opener we had against Johnson. That's kind of been the bugaboo for Judson this year, right? We put him on TV twice this year. We give him Johnson in the opener, and we give him Steele, on the back end of this football schedule. So, the Judson Rockets always up for a challenge, though. It doesn't matter who you put them against. They're going to give you a good fight.
Judson, not as great as they've been over the history of the program. Everybody knows about Frank Arnold, D.W. Rutledge, Jim Rackley, and on, the success that they've had there. They've been slowly, their talent base has been whittled away with the additions of Wagner and Veterans Memorial and Steele coming in at the time that they did. But let me tell you something. Mark Soto may not go 14-0 and win state championships, but he is a fantastic leader of men and a character development guy. And I sure would want my kid playing for Mark Soto. I know that. And people kind of been down on Judson because they're not the same Judson as far as win-loss records go in recent years. But who could be, right, with what they established back during those dynasty years. Still very, very good, and still very, very good at developing young men. Character guy. He's a father figure to a lot of them. I have nothing but high praise for Mark Soto.
Yeah, well said.
That one goes straight up into the air and out of bounds as Braden Smith was looking down the left side. Good coverage there by the backups from the Steele Knights. Giving some guys some playing time. All this is valuable for the next couple of years with these young guys. And you've been talking all night about how hard it is to get on the field at a place like Steele or Judson. Well, in a game like this, some guys who might never see it are getting their chance and getting some valuable experience for the coming days.
Yeah, I mean, just the day-to-day of practicing against some of these elite guys. I mean, how can you not get better as a football player and as a human?
That ball's incomplete on third down and 11. And we'll have one more play here in the third quarter, and Caden took a shot.
He sure did. He's looking downfield, and just a great job by Steele holding the edge and getting a guy back there. Had multiple guys back there, actually, including Keone Anderson, the junior linebacker.
So Judson will punt it away, or they won't, because we are out of time in the third quarter. And that'll do it. It's been all Steele Knights here tonight at home in Cibolo against the Judson Rockets. It's 48-14. We've still got another quarter to play. Will we set a record for the fastest fourth quarter ever played? It could happen.
Stick around and find out.
Steele will start the fourth quarter. It'll be 4th and 11 for the Rockets. For 29-year line.
We're back. It's 48-14, beginning of the fourth quarter here in Cibolo, Texas at Lenoff Stadium. Always great to be out here twice this year. We were out here for Clemens and now for Steele. The Lenoff's always gracious hosts.
Indeed.
344-3777, the number to call for all your business needs, trophies, plaques, everything you need for your company, your sports team. It's Monarch Trophy. They've been with us on TNL since the very beginning. This is our 17th year. We'll hand out the MVP trophy, the Little Caesars Monarch Trophy, and we'll hand, presumably, Coach David signs the championship trophy as this one goes off the side of the foot and takes a Judson bounce about to midfield, and we'll get a chance to look at some of these young Steele Knights. And we're back in 15 seconds.
At Brazilian Top Team San Antonio, our kids and teen classes build more than strength. From anti-bullying to mental resilience, your child becomes part of a community that lifts them up. Sign up today for a free trial class at bttsa.com.
Welcome back. We're getting a look at some of the backups for Steele. And, Chuck, to illustrate the point we were talking about earlier about, how these guys look like college football players. This is what a high school team should look like. It's a completely different size element here on the interior line here of these backups compared to the guys that started.
The other thing I like, though, is we've got backups in across the board, and both of these teams are still giving the other as much as it can handle.
Oh, they're going to play hard, especially against each other.
Yeah, love it.
Xavier Williams in at running back. He's a senior. And it's still Leo manning the quarterback wheels. Second down and 6. Inside handoff, picks up a couple.
Give us a chance to kind of love on these Steele Knights, Don, because I think it's easy for the casual person that's the high school fan sitting at home to go, well, of course Steele's going to be good. They got all these 4 stars and 5 stars and blah, blah, blah. They're just gifted with a lot of talent. Like, do you honestly think that that's just an accident, right? That it just keeps happening year after year, decade after decade? I tried to get Coach Sines to brag on himself a little bit because his record is just ridiculous. It's like 80-plus something up and only 20-something down. And he just will refuse to talk about himself or having any part on any of this, at least publicly to me. But he did share some valuable insight, which really wasn't something much that I'd considered, which was, if you go back to the very beginning of the Steele Knight generations and where it all began, and he said, the Malcolm Brown group that kind of started everything here, he goes, we've always been blessed that we had really good players, but our really good players were our hardest workers. So it was easy to get in line, everybody during that time, to buy in. And then even at the middle school level, when they see Malcolm Brown go out and have an NFL career and achieve all that he did on the football field, that made an impression on a lot of kids coming up through the middle school programs. And that's kind of been the case, he said. He got here in 2007, the head coach since 2017, and the fact that they've had these guys that are obviously very talented, big, fast, strong, all that. He says always our best guys were our hardest workers, the guys that everybody looked to because they were also doing it in the classroom, sturdy leaders, good citizens, all the above. And he goes, that's just been, the system has kind of perpetuated itself over the years because even now these middle schoolers are going to be looking at the Twos of the world, the Hattons of the world. These guys are the hardest workers, best players on the team, and they're model citizens on top of it. It's not an accident that this keeps happening. So obviously, yes, you credit the players, but obviously it says what Coach Sines and his staff have done to develop these kids not only as football players, because obviously they've done a great job at producing unbelievable talents, but also as human beings as well.
Yeah, and it's something that we used to see quite a lot in a place like Temple in the 70s, Plano in the 70s, Churchill with Jerry Comalander in the 70s, and then it became Judson in the 80s, where you go to a game on Friday night and you see the third graders. Tonight, for example, they ran through the banner break with the team where all these little tri-county football teams is what they called them, and the kids were in their uniform with their parent, and they were first graders, right, 5-year-olds. And when you grow up in a community where everything revolves around Friday night to go see the Steele Knights or the Judson Rockets, whoever it is, and from the time you're in the 5th grade, well, by the time you get to middle school, you start running the offense. And Smithson Valley's done it, but nobody's done it better than Steele in recent years. The whole culture of that community, and you're right, when the players see the other players lead by example, the hardest workers are their best players, then you just create a winning culture. And then you find yourself probably, I don't know this for a fact, but you see it at other places too, where you have parents who they want their kid to be, he's already showing signs of being a good athlete in the 6th or 7th grade. They have move-ins that want to be a part of that culture compared to where they're playing. And so it just, winning begets winning. It's kind of like Tim Duncan with the Spurs. It was hard for anybody else to take a day off when Tim Duncan was the first guy there and the last to leave. Third down and 9, 7 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, your point. This is a brisk moving 4th quarter, but yeah, well said. I mean, and it's the culture is strong at Judson as well. Yeah. It's just, again, in glowingly speaking about Steele and what they've achieved. I mean, it's absolutely it's phenomenal to me that they can just keep producing this next level talent, and it's not happening just because they've got great athletes.
We're coming right back. 7:12 to play. Oh, we're staying here now.
That's cool. We got more to talk about.
Yeah. Got some new fresh faces in there for the Judson Rockets, including a new running back is Braylon Mayers. He's a senior. Davis pressured, loops one out there, and nobody home as Aiden Mann was the closest receiver to it. And that'll set up 4th down.
Yeah, we get a shot of the moon, too. Has it changed colors? Things are getting a little spooky out here, man.
It was a little more yellowy on TV. When I look out the press box window, it looks a little more white. Nice shot there.
Yeah, you guys are on it. Well done.
I think I see the Sea of Tranquility.
Nice little bounce there, huh?
Judson will watch it go inside the 25. We'll take a break, come back with 6 minutes left to play. Welcome back. Time for our collision experts of Alamo Heights Thursday Night Lights collision of the game. He can take it and he can dish it out. Kenner with a slobber knocker, one of them. And then this one was just impressive. Oh my goodness. That slobber knocker was one of the collisions of the game. 2 on the night. The second one there dished out by Michael Johnson, the third, Trey Johnson. Who did you say he's got scholarship offers from?
Trey?
Yeah.
Is it Tech? TCU?
Yeah, Baylor or something like that?
Yeah. Yep. Tech, Baylor, TCU.
It just, I don't know how many high school teams usually have a guy or two that might have that, and then they've got, I don't know, 10 guys with offers?
Yeah, I mean, offers, that's another story. Like, now you're talking about maybe the entire operation here at Steele.
Handoff here inside. Judson still bringing the fight. Some of these guys that don't get to play very often. Coming in there to make the tackle was number 12, Gabriel Brisbane, a senior, 6 foot, 165.
Yes.
Running back in there now,
Xavier Williams.
Is still Xavier Williams.
Don, Chuck, as we wind down here on TNL, I want to take everyone through some other scores around the area here. Southwest Legacy has beaten Laredo Martin 27-14. Southwest Legacy was undefeated till last week. They lost to Laredo Nixon, so getting a little bit of revenge against the Laredo schools out there tonight. That's in the fourth quarter. Burbank has beaten Highlands 29-15 in the fourth. New Braunfels Long Creek beat S.A. Christian 21-14. Taft and Warren doing a district battle. They're in the fourth quarter over at Fair Stadium. They're winning. Taft's winning 37-24. And MacArthur's losing to Victoria East 43-7 right now. Sam Houston beating Lanier 28-14 in the fourth. And lastly, the Kerrville Tivy Antlers beating Veterans Memorial over at Rutledge Stadium 49-25. That one also in the fourth quarter.
Sam Houston and Burbank both winning tonight. And we have them next week at the Rock Pile.
Can't wait.
Matt, are you going to have Frito pie next week at the Rock Pile, Matt?
Yeah, I'll have a Frito pie. I think I've only had one Frito pie in my life. I'm not a huge nacho cheese fan.
What? I'm missing the connection here. Do you understand what he's talking about?
Nacho cheese goes on Frito pie, doesn't it?
You can, but the best is shredded cheddar.
Oh, that's good then.
Shredded
I just
cheddar.
I don't like liquid cheese.
Okay, well you get it without it, bro. It's chili and
Well, I
Fritos.
mean, I need it the way it comes. I need to taste it in its entirety.
We got to take a break.
We got to take a break. 48-14. We're getting hungry.
Yeah. We're going to get Matt's.
Welcome back. Steele's been stopped. It's 4th and 14, 3:33 to play here. They'll punt it away to Judson, who have pretty good field position. Maybe the Rockets give us one more touchdown here tonight. High kick, good kick. Brought in near midfield. That's J.J. Clay, who's really shown, put some stuff on tape here tonight as the young man.
This is the school bus stop of the game. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm
is out. And here's the stop, and it's Eli Johnson right there, number 2. He's the young man we told you about, 6'3", 200, 4'4", being recruited by everybody in the country, and he's just a junior, and that's the stop of the game. All right, Judson inside the 40. Caden keeps it, still grinding yardage.
Look at this guy go.
Good for him. Positive yards there for the young man, getting some time to play. Okay, Braden Smith, rather, the 5'9", 175-pound senior. Another running play. Braylon Myers. So we were talking about Frito pie when we last left you.
We did.
And Matt's got a good point about liquid cheese on a Frito pie. And I was saying the best Frito pie, I think, is Fritos, and then some good chili, and then some grated cheddar, not a ton, and some fresh white chopped onion.
You know, I should probably take the high road on this because the many times that I've had Frito pie, I've never had liquid cheese. So I'm just going to assume that would mess it up.
Yeah.
So I'll give Matt the benefit of the doubt, and I'll plead ignorance on the
it's kind of
liquid cheese element of the broadcast.
It's like the Philly cheesesteak, right? You have a Philly cheesesteak, and you want either like provolone or mozzarella. You want good cheese, but you go to Philly, and they say the way to get it is with the whiz right out of the can, the cheese whiz, the plastic, whatever that is. It's not real cheese,
or is it?
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Time for our South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care Thursday Night Lights play of the night. It happened right here. Eli Johnson. He had the stop of the game. He has the go of the game. Our play of the night. 1:52 to play. Judson threatening here inside the red zone. A little zone read, and he'll pick up 4.
Talk about a young guy reading his keys here. Game's obviously out of control, and Judson decides to keep it on the ground, but they flashed a guy deep, and Ethan Jones, this junior DB, running stride for stride down the field, doing what he'd been coached to do.
Braylon Myers getting the carries here. He gets another one. Breaks it to the outside and gets flipped right at the 10-yard line.
Guys, one more thing on the Frito pies. Our friend, I'll give a shout out to our friend Jason Minix over at 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He does every Friday night, he calls the game for the radio, and he does his Frito pie rankings. He says Comalander has the best Frito pie in the area. So, I mean, if we didn't get out there this year, but next year when we're out there, we're going to have to make a trip over to the concession stand, and maybe we should rank some Frito pies next season, guys.
Rank Frito pies.
I mean, I'll leave it up to you since I don't like liquid cheese. So you're not going to get these chopped onion gourmet Frito pies out here. I don't know where you've gotten your Frito pies, Don, but Yeah, I don't think you're going to get some chopped onions, some nice cheddar cheese melted. It's liquid cheese and chili.
Okay. If you say so, Matt.
He is the professional eater amongst the group here.
I mean, yeah, this is my area of expertise.
How much of that 3 meat lovers did you have?
Well, since I worked the morning shift and then I went home and took a nap, I didn't eat a lot today, so I definitely had half a pizza down here today. That's 100% true.
Full disclosure, I love it.
Yeah. No, there's a reason that you guys didn't get any today.
Yeah, we were wondering.
Yeah, because we were under the assumption that pizzas were on their way at halftime.
I think they got lost.
Shout out Little Caesars for sponsoring us this year.
Pizza, pizza.
Pizza, pizza.
So they stopped the clock with 18 seconds left. It'll be second down and goal. Judson will have a couple more opportunities. Look, he's holding his stomach. He ate so much pizza.
3 pizzas. To be fair, you guys got 3 pizzas last week.
We did.
That was 3 pizzas just for the booth. I think there was 3 or 4 of you up there. So
I know. We had to end up having to give them away at the end, too.
Our A2 guy had one.
Yeah.
I mean, which one did you guys like the best? You guys had meat lovers up there. I think you had pepperoni stuffed crust up there, and you had the cheesesteak.
I had the pepperoni stuffed crust. It was elite.
I did too. I had 1 piece.
That's not on your diet, Don.
I know. Thursday night's been kind of becoming my cheat night because of Little Caesar.
Well, it goes back to like when you were a kid, right? We're told if you didn't clean up your plate, it was a sin.
Yeah.
So
can't let good food go to waste.
That's right. If somebody's going to provide you free vittles, you must partake.
God knows I eat enough salmon and Brussels sprouts as it is.
How big is that game going to be in 2 weeks for these Steele Knights, huh?
Yeah, San Marcos really, really doing well this year after all those kids who've been on probation for, 3 years are finally back for the Rattlers. Final play didn't quite get in, and that's going to be the ball game. The Knights hold right at the goal line, and that's going to be your final. 48-14, Steele in the rivalry game against Judson. The Knights stay undefeated in district play, still only have the 1 loss to Austin Westlake on their record. And we'll hand them out the Monarch trophies when we come back for the postgame show on Little Caesar Thursday Night Lights.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Little Caesars, the Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, DH Plumbing, Rushmax, Mega Furniture, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Absolute Power Electrical Contractors, Christus Children's, Gautier Formal Dresses, The Good Feet Store, Collision Experts of Alamo Heights, South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care, TELUS Equipment, Ideal Precision Roofing, Brazilian Top Team, and Monarch Trophy Studio.
Back up stick. Okay, gotcha.
Welcome to the Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights postgame show, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
48-14, our final here from Lenoff Stadium in Cibolo, Texas, on Little Caesar Thursday Night Lights. The Steele Knights singing their school song. We're about to hand them the Monarch trophies, but first time to run down our game highlights. And it was all Steele, and that started from the opening kickoff when Liam Jones, the little brother of Jalen Jones from the Texas Aggies and Indianapolis Colts, went the distance, and that just got it started. MJ Kenner made it 14-0. Then Jameen Harville made it 20-0 as Steele was in total control in the first quarter. Judson would get on the board here as Aiden Mann on the reception of the little trick play. And then it was Eli Johnson, showing why every school in the country is after him. The four-star blue chipper goes the distance. That made it 27-7. Judson got a spark from their offense, but then the Steele defense comes back. Williams made it 34-7 with the 50-yard interception return. And then it was J.J. Clay, the young sophomore, again giving Judson the spark as they scored their final touchdown of the game. It made it 34-14. Kenner did the rest. Micah Sheeler added a touchdown, 48-14, our final score here from Cibolo. As we take a look at the final stats.
Yep, Steele pretty much doing everything that they wanted to do here tonight, which was come in here, get a win, key district victory in 29-6A. Again, stats a little underinflated by the Steele Knights in terms of their offensive numbers. Well, it's going to happen when you get a pick six and 2 special teams TDs.
Here's Matt Roy with the victorious Knights.
Here we go down here on Lenoff Stadium. The successful and victorious Steele Knights. Let's go, guys. I was just telling them they're really quiet right now for a team that just beat their rival. I mean, this is act like you've done it before. There you go. Act like you've done it before. All right. You guys have done it before. Last year was even more so. So let's get our player of the game up here. It is Mr. Marshall Kenner, MJ. Let's get up here, my man. You're our Little Caesars player of the game. You had 15 carries, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. Honestly, there was a lot of candidates tonight. We had a lot of stats out there. I want to give a special shout-out to my ASU brother and Julian Hugo, wherever he is. There he is. There we go. Forks up, baby. All right. You guys knew I was going to get that in. So you guys beat Judson tonight. What's it mean to beat a rival like this, especially in the way that you guys did it?
I mean, we had a great week of practice. We were going in strong. We knew we were going to dominate them, so we just went out and played hard.
Why is it that you guys have so much confidence when you go into every week?
Because honestly, we trust each other. It's like a brotherhood. We just go in as a team and dominate every week.
All right, congratulations, my man. MJ Keener, guys. Kenner, sorry, excuse me. And where's Coach Sines at? There he is. Coach Sines, congratulations on the win. You guys are going into your bye week now. You're undefeated in district. It seems like we have this conversation every year around this time. What does it mean? What does this win over Judson mean, and how does this propel you guys going forward the rest of the season?
We just wanted to come out and play a complete ball game in all 3 phases, and we came out and excelled in those 3 phases. So we'll be excited to turn the tape on tomorrow and see the good things that we did. But anytime you can get into a bye week with a win, it's always a great thing.
Speaking of all 3 phases, 2 special teams touchdowns, a defensive touchdown, 4 offensive touchdowns. I think I had all that right. What does that show about your team, about the depth of your team, and the well-roundedness that you guys have going forward?
Yeah, the way they prepare week in and week out, whether it's special teams, offense, defense, they take pride in it, and football matters to them. So you can see whether it's offense, defense, or special teams that they're going to do whatever it takes to be successful.
What's the plan look like for the bye week, Coach?
A little relaxation, and then getting back to the basics, and then getting ready for San Marcos.
All right, Coach. Congratulations on the win. Little Caesars TNL Champions of the Week. Congratulations, guys.
We'll be back to wrap it up right after this.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Churchill hands to Ron. Nice cut move and a hurdle. He's still on his feet. Are you kidding me? Caleb Ron, touchdown. Oh my goodness, what did he just do?
Empty set now for Drahol. He's going to air it out, taking a shot deep. Making the catch in stride is Tabato. Touchdown, McCauley.
Fortier just unleashes one to Tabato. Look at that. Just a cannon down the field. Tabato gets behind the defender. Fortier with the throw. And
here's Rios. He can change it in a hurry. Breaks it outside.
There he
breaks
goes.
Another tackle. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. Got one man to beat. Sidesteps him and goes to the end zone. Dives for the touchdown.
Second down and 10. Here's George. Running through tacklers. First down and more. Look out. George, one man to beat. Touchdown Baylor. 60-yard.
Moore is going to go around the right side. Have the play. The ball's in the air. The ball popped up, scooped up. It's picked up by White Nose. Down the sideline we go. This is number 0. This is Coakley. Coakley, green grass and opportunity. That is 6 on the board.
All right. Those are some great plays. Thursday Night Lights.
That first one was pretty darn special, I thought.
Churchill Chargers, baby. 48-14, our final score here tonight from Cibolo, Texas. Gorgeous night. As we told you earlier, Burbank, Sam Houston both winning tonight. We'll have them next week at the Rock Pile. Join us from Alamo Stadium for some SAISD action. The executive producer is Dean Radla of Thursday Night Lights. Our director, Brian Watts, and his amazing crew. These guys that bring in the fantastic camera shots. Such hard-working dudes. Chris Koppas is our producer. It's his show. We're just working in it. For Chuck McIntyre, Matt Roy down on the sidelines, and the very always special and always funky, cold Nick Medina on statistics. I'm the guy who can't talk, Don Harris. I'll see you next week on Thursday Night Lights.